So I want to go ahead and look at this ceiling floor wall schedule. And so I have the fire rating, the STC, and then I want it to sort differently, right? So it's kind of glomming all the floors together, all the ceiling and the walls and all that kind of stuff. And I'd like it to sort them together. This is an issue because we made a separate ceiling for the for this and a floor for this. And so the ceiling necessarily may not have a fire rating. The floor itself might have a fire rating, although the ceiling would contribute to that. So there's a little bit of a separation here. You could do them as one big piece, but we're going to sort of work with it here. So if I double click on this, I have an extra column in here that you can't see because it's hidden. So if I go to unhide all, we'll pull that out and let's make this a little bigger too. You have this sorting column. So if I want the floor and the 6-inch slab to be together and the floor, concrete, metal deck, and the ceiling to be together, these are fine because they're both 3s. But if I make this a 1, right, and then click in another square, it'll then sort that out as a separate piece. And if I go to the ceiling and put that as a 1, right, and click in another square, it'll sort that together. And then the wall we can do as a 2, and this one as a 2. And so now it's going to sort those into different groups. This one is fine. This one is fine. I would like these to be reversed. And so the issue with that is that if it only can sort by one method, it can't sort, I can't like drag these back and forth. And so the only way I would get this guy to be able to sort, because if I give it another number, it's going to make a whole separate piece for it, is I would have to change the mark to something that was greater than this, So I could do that. So maybe if I did like an FC1, right? Let's see if that'll do it. Right, and then it'll pop it down below. It's a little annoying just because of the way that Revit is limited in its abilities, but I'll leave it like that for right now just so it will sort correctly. And then I'm going to go in and put in the fire rating for the walls. So if I go to my A2 assemblies that I chose, and you can look these up online, we'll talk about that as well. It's a GAWP 5513, right? So if I go back to my schedule, I can type in the fire rating, GAWP 5513, and then space, and then I'll just put 1 hour, right? Okay. Oops, except that's in the wrong place. So let's Control X and put it in this guy right here. Okay. And so that guy's in there. I'll make it a little bigger so we can see it. Right. And then the floor, you would do the same for the floor assembly. And let's look at the STC for the wall. So double click on that. The STC is a 49, which is a little low actually. So for a hotel wall, you want it to be a minimum of 50. So you might, the 53 here would be a better option. But let's with the baffles, but the baffles don't cover the whole wall, right? So that's an issue. It's only going to be rated based on the entirety of that wall. So if I go back to my schedule, right, I can add the 59 in here. 59, right, and let's make that bigger so we can see it, right there. And so you would do that for each one of your assemblies, and make sure you do it on the assembly because the ceiling itself is not really rated, especially the suspended ceiling is. And then the floor carpet really doesn't add to the 6-inch slab. If you can't find the ratings, like the STC ratings for them, then make your best estimate, right? Oh, that was a 49, wasn't it? Wasn't a 59, so 49. right? Make your best estimate. And then when you're done, you can actually hide this, right? And you can come back, and if you go to your A2.1 assemblies, then it's starting to read that information out. We could go through and filter out, the finished floors here if we wanted to, and and that is also a possibility that we could do. So maybe we'll discuss that in class.